Stephan Haluska here from CoolCleveland, and I'm talking with guitarist Dan Bruce, who will be releasing his next album at Bop Stop and Blu Jazz.
It's Dan Bruce's Beta Collective, and the record is Earthshine.
Who's going to be performing those nights?
It's a 6-piece group. It's trumpet, tenor saxophone, piano, guitar, bass, and drums. For the tour, it's going to be Theron Brown on piano, Chris Coles on tenor saxophone, Ashley Summers on bass, Chris Baker on drums. Am I forgetting somebody? I think that's it.
And you.
On guitar.
Yeah, and so you had some local people there?
Yes. And then the last couple nights will be Will Wedmedic on vibraphones.
What can people expect from these shows? How would you describe your sound?
I like to think of it as I always try to make the music relatable, even if you're not a jazz connoisseur. I like to make it melody driven, and I'd like to think that I set it to I like it to groove. I want people to be kind of moving in their seats or kind of used to grooving, and then I use that as a backdrop to try and challenge them a little bit. I try to sneak in some challenging things.
That sounds fun. And so throwing in some challenges. I don't want you to reveal any of your secrets, any of your tricks, but what are a couple things that someone might expect?
Well, I think as a composer, I like to challenge myself. And as you know, as you get further into studying music, sometimes you can take that to a level in which you kind of lose your audience, where it's becomes harder for somebody to relate. I like to try to walk the line of the music at first listen sounds very inviting and listenable, and upon further listens, you start to find some stuff going on in the background or going on within it that gets a little further out there, I guess. But I try to sneak that in. I try to have that be a part of it, because I'm not aiming for it to all be just pretty music. I like it to be somewhat of both.
And certainly that's what brings people back, gives the music more longevity.
Yeah, I think of it like all art forms, really, like dissonance and resolution. So, I think most people, or at least for me, I don't want to view art or read a book or hear music that doesn't challenge me in any way, or doesn't give me the feeling for a little bit that I'm not sure what's coming, and maybe I feel a little on edge, and then finally, or maybe sometimes it doesn't give me that, or, I like to be guessing with the art I interact with, so I try to do that to some degree.
These are all original compositions, and then you kind of depart from that through improvisation.
Yeah, I think the bulk of the songs or the compositions usually is kind of like what we all hear about with modern jazz. It's melody driven. It's based on melodies with accompaniment and some solo sections, things like that. With a lot of these pieces, though, I tried to bring in more of an aspect of free improvisation, and I wrote it into the song. So there'll be parts that are completely thoroughly composed, that everybody's doing exactly what I've composed, and that might segue right into completely free music where there's not really any rules or any basis, or there might be some. They might have certain members of the group might have a theme that they're sticking to, while the rest of us are just trying to make evil noise, or whatever directions I've written on the page. And then we will still try to bring that back into the main composition and kind of bookend it.
Always keeping it inviting.
Yeah, I hope so. And I like surprises. So,
well, thank you. That sounds like an exciting show.
Yeah, we're excited to come. I'm excited about the whole tour.
Well, thank you so much. So Stephan Haluska from CoolCleveland signing out.